As Europe scrambles to control COVID-19, warnings from Denmark of a new strain of the virus. Health authorities, supported by the military, have begun culling the country's entire population of up to 17 million mink after a mutation of coronavirus found in the animals spread to humans.
We get told yesterday that we should gas all was mink, and so we start today 7 o'clock so we can do it fast as we can. And I hope we can do it in 10 days.
More than 200 people in Denmark are now infected, and the numbers are rising.
Health authorities have observed a serious development in the coronavirus in infected mink. Infections have been found on 207 mink farms, and this development has taken place despite intensive efforts to limit the spread of the infection.
What's worrying scientists is that the new strain showing decreased sensitivity against antibodies, meaning vaccines currently under development to treat COVID-19 might not be able to stop it. The World Health Organization's praised the decision, saying Denmark showed determination and courage despite the huge economic impact on mink farmers. The move is likely to devastate the country's pelt industry. Mink have also been culled in the Netherlands, US and Spain after infections were discovered. The Dutch government said it was speeding up its timeline for shutting down all of the country's mink farms. China's also one of the world's largest producers of pelts. Beijing's made no announcements about changes to its industry. The virus mutation in mink has confirmed scientists' fears that multiple strains of coronavirus can emerge simultaneously. Winning the war against one doesn't mean destroying them all. Neve Barker, Al Jazeera.
Well, there you go.
I do apologize, guys, for any horribleness in that video, and that just breaks my heart. So we're just going to have a little talk about that tonight before we go on to the subject of biometrics. And welcome in. So welcome in. Hi, Growler. How are you doing?
How are you? Good, thank you, sis. Great to be back here. And yes, we've been going through a lot of things, and constantly, once we bring up this one, we're sort of like preparing for the next one as well. So yeah, it's just constant work and constant digging and chatting with you about, with what's going on, just bouncing things off each other. Yeah, that's what our job is now, I guess, isn't it? But yeah, great to be in the house. Great to be in the house.
In the house. Because we have pre-recorded this, we can't see who is in the house, but we will be in live chat. We just want you all to know we will be in live chat, so we will be able to actually, what's the word when you're doing? Oh, gee, I've lost my mind. We'll be able to interact. Oh, I couldn't think of the word interact. Yes. We'll be able to interact with you guys a lot more. They have been chemming us a lot. I'll use that excuse.
Yes, I have. Yeah. Why not?
I have had words.
I
have had words dropping out that shouldn't drop out, that you can even see in your head, and you just. I'm sure it's happening to a lot of people, and I've been on streams where people have talked about that. So, yeah. Okay. So, I wanted to start off with this mink disaster, I call it, but I also know that this is a lot more than meets the eye, and that's what I want to expose to my family here. I want to expose what I have interpreted this as. Now, this is my interpretation, and I want you guys in the chat to tell me what you think. Now, first we're going to run a article. Right. Now, since June 2020, 214 human cases of COVID-19 have been identified in Denmark with the SARS-CoV-2 variants associated with famed minks, including 12 cases with the Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay.
So,
It's very small for me.
yeah.
Farmed minks. Oh, that's better. Including 12 cases of a unique variant reported on the 5th of November.
Yes, don't
There's
forget
a big
the 5th of
now,
November.
now, guys. I just want to point out that I was waiting for something huge on the 5th of November, and I know that we're past the point. I think of these FFs, I'll call them. If one of my moderators, Anne, if you could just drop in the link what FF is for anybody who doesn't know. Instead of them doing these big false,
FFs.
sorry, yes, something just happened. I think what's happening is they're doing it in other ways, and it's all associated with the CV19. Now, November 5th, everyone who had any brain should have been watching for the 5th of November. It was it's Guy Fawkes Day. There's a lot to the 5th of November. It's also a massive time travel day. And if you don't know about that, that takes a lot of research, but you'll have to go on my say-so with that. Now, I was thinking, oh, so 5th of November come past, nothing happened. Sometimes we have to look back, don't we? That's all we got to do, because I found this. We started talking about the minks, and I just couldn't get these minks out of my head. For a whole day, I was thinking there's something about these minks, and then stupid me forgot to pray about it. Then when I did, it all come to me. I asked the Father, I said, show me what it is about the minks. Well, the 5th of November was a big day, and it's very high sacrifice day for them. So this was reported on first on the 5th of November. If we go up a little bit, Messi, in initial observations suggest that the clinical presentation severity and transmission among those affected are similar to that of other circulating SARS-CoV-2 viruses. However, this variant, referred to as the cluster 5 variant. Now, let me just explain. This new age we are going into in the Antichrist age is the 5th age. And I found that very amazing that they put cluster 5. Now, with these,
and November 5th.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying.
That's right.
Now,
yeah.
Now, moving on from that for a second, with the mink, I call them minkies. Okay.
Yeah.
If I accidentally say minky, everybody will know what I mean. But with these minks, they represent. I think they represent you and me, because they announced the culling of all these minkies on the 5th of November, and I knew that November something really bad was going to happen. I kept saying it and saying it, saying it. I've been saying it since January in my videos, in my walk videos, I think. And the thing is, guys, they slaughter. If they did kill all these minks, they get all that fur. They kill all the ones above ground. They don't care what's below ground. They can manufacture these things. I shouldn't say manufacture. They can reproduce these things underground. You know, they can make them underground. They can do all that. They've got the labs. So what the Minks was a code. This is what I am saying. The Minks was a code that the culling has begun. And as I said, that culling was you and I. And they will not waste one of those mink skins. Not one will be wasted. They buried a heap. And then can we go to the next article now? Now, this is even more bizarre because, okay, so the minks died. Yep. Okay. Then it wouldn't leave me. Then this come up. Cold mink rise from the dead to Denmark's horror. Can you just scroll up there, darling? Can you make that bigger for my eyes? Dead mink arising from their graves in Denmark after a rushed cull over fears of CV mutation led to thousands being slaughtered and buried in shallow pits from which they are now emerging. Now, if you go down to read on what they're saying, it's exactly what I said. If that was a true story, it'd be because there would be gases found in their body. But this is just complete, utter BS story from there on. But the very first part is what I want to get at. Dead mink are raising from their graves in Denmark. So this is the other part of what I'm saying was the code for them. The raising from their graves. Okay. Now, anybody who knows the Bible, we know that in the end, that the righteous everyone will rise from their graves and go to their given places, but the righteous will rise from their graves first. And they know this, and they're using code. I'm telling you, they would not be lifting up out of the dirt. They dug massive pits for them. Okay. And then, so they obviously, help me out, Growler. I don't know what else to tell people. It's right in my face. Look, they are using this Mink thing as code for the culling has begun. We're going to the Deagle report of what was projected for 2025 of the depopulation of us humans. They're telling us they started on the 5th of November. They started, and we don't know how they started. It could have been through the VX, okay? The jab, let's call it the jab. Now you've seen
could
them
have released
jabbing
the real one.
Oh, they could release the real one. So
that could have been
5th,
released to the real one.
That could be it. But guys, I know that that was something. So please believe me, because unfortunately, 9 times out of 10, I've been right about these things because the Holy Spirit's told me, and that's the only reason I've known. And I think that, and I would just like to bring up something else here and show you this, guys, because this is important. And I was shown this morning by the Holy Spirit. So I just wanted to bring these scriptures up and just so you know that, yeah, it is He who sits above the circle of the earth, guys, the circle, not the ball. And its inhabitants are like grasshoppers, who stretches out the heavens like a curtain and spreads them out like a tent to dwell in. And the next one. Oh, sorry, it was the first one. Oh, we missed the first one. Okay. Have you not known? Have you not heard? Has it not been told you from the beginning? Have you not understood the foundations of the earth? So my message today is, and then it is He who sits above the circle of the earth, and its inhabitants are like grasshoppers, who stretches out the heavens like a curtain and spreads them out like a tent to dwell in. And it is also He who sits above the circle of the earth and laughs at the plans of these wicked. And no matter what they're doing, we have to remember, we just have to remember that He is with us. And right now, things are breaking loose. This is it. This is really it. This is what I've been saying for 3 years, what Richie's been saying for 10 years, what Brian was saying for 7 years. We all knew it was coming. We didn't know they'd do it this way, but they haven't even released a weapon yet. And as we say yet, because Growler and I do truly believe that they are going to release a bioweapon, which will be after lockdown 2, when this lockdown that's now happening over there with you guys. And you're not getting our news. We're not getting much of your news. Your news seems to be complete and utter rubbish, what we get. Our news, at least we're reading between the lines with it. We are we're dissecting it and we're reading what these Freemasons and Luciferians are saying to each other. And guys, they're saying on the 5th of November they released it because the Minkies are the most precious little animal in the world to the elite. Think about it. They're the most precious little animal because of their fur. Okay? Why would they pick the mink? Why? And if you guys sit and have a little think and a prayer about it, it will be revealed to you too. That was their code. That was their code, and we've entered into their phase 5, their 5th generation. And welcome in, everybody. Sorry if you've come right in on that bit, but welcome in. And Growler, what are your thoughts on that, mate? What do you reckon?
Well, look, like you said, you know, they're the most precious animal to the elites. You know, they're basically saying, you know, that it's a new strain. How many people that are infected? I think there's 250 people or 200 people infected. And and then when you see news lines, news headlines like these Minkies have resurfaced and coming out of the grave, and then we have a look at the picture, and there's no dirt on them or anything like that. So it is a it's sort of like they are telling you in a psyop. You know what they're doing, and then you have a look at the date, November 5, and then all the other 5s that go with it. And you know, we all know that even like, you know, your 5G technology and 5th point, which is all the 5th point of Satanism. That's what it is.
That's right.
When they're saying 5, that's what they're saying. So it's all 5.
It's the
the 5th point of that's right. So everything has to be 5G. Yeah.
The variant was the 5th variant for the Minkies.
Yes,
the Minks. It
that's
was
right.
the variant 5, and it was released on the 5th of November. But I love the way you just wrapped all that up. Then I love that because that is exactly right. Now, to me, that is an absolute total. This is probably going to. I wouldn't be surprised if this gets taken down, guys. Just please share this as much as you can, because you know, every time we hit the nail on the head, I reckon they're going to start, you know, taking stuff like this down. But however, they're showing you, because they have to show you what they're doing, okay? Because they think it gives them immunity, because they go back to the father and say, we told the human race what we were doing. We showed them with the Minks. We showed them with this. We showed them with the 2 buildings, the 3 buildings that come down. We showed them with that, and they still didn't get it. It's not our fault. Now, don't worry about their judgment. Worry about the judgment of the ones who were told, who it was shown in their face, and they kept denying it. And they just said, no, that's not happening. That's not what it is. You're reading, you know, you're stretching it, mate. That's a stretch. That is not a stretch. Everything that we just said it's in your face, because we know how they talk.
That's right. Yeah, that's
okay. Let's move along.
Yeah.
Okay,
Roger.
we're going to go to your stuff now, because I am on a time limit. I'm going to get one of those awesome deep tissue massages again, so I have to be out of here.
Feel sorry for you guys. Feel sorry.
Yeah. No, we've got
it's not fair.
We've got about oh, shut up. We've got about a half an hour left, so let's get through your stuff. But I've spent 20 minutes on mine, so let's go, and we're going to do something totally different now, guys. But Growler's taken me right through this, and it's awesome stuff. So yeah, you're going to love it.
Okay. G'day, guys. Great to be back, and we'll try and pump out as many of these as we can, because time is short. So I came across. I had a look at all the world CV cases, and you know, where it's infecting, and it shows you in the red how much it is, and you know, there's a crap load in America, Europe, and the whole lot. And look at South Africa, and I thought, okay, well, they've seemed to, you know, go through
Skipped it
this
all together.
crisis unscathed. So, and I thought, yeah, okay, there's must be something about it. And then, I don't know, yeah, the Holy Spirit led me to a site that I found amazing, but I'll talk about this one first, and you can help me with this one, sis, because you're
Sure.
right up the alley here, and you know your stuff here. So I came across with this is from Shaking My Head Productions. Show them some love, fantastic site.
Shane.
Just yeah, Shane, just unbelievable. Now have a look at biding time. Maybe they're biding time until the AC comes in. That's how I look at it. And have a look at the where it says COVID 19. Now
Can you see what that is? Yeah, guys, look at that. Look at the red. Look at the O. Bring it up. Bring it up big.
It's Baal. It's Baal. That's what it is.
There we go.
It's Baal.
That's
it's Baal and
worship, and they are showing you in your face. They have gone back to Baal worship, and it's in red, and the 19 is in red.
And it's a circle too. It's a circle. So the circle. So it's inside the circle, like the circle of Saturn or the rings of Saturn. Now, if you look down to your bottom right here, where your timestamps are, they're 9:57. It's like they're raising up the dead. Like I don't know. They're handing something. It's sort of like a resurrection. It's sort of like a resurrection.
Oh, I thought that was a. What? There's two guys on the side now. I don't know. I think that's just where they've caught the shot, but I'm not sure. It looks like he's handing up blue cups to him or something. Yeah, I know.
But why would you be doing that while he's talking? So I think because it's a mobile testing site. So it's a mobile testing facility.
But we're not finished with this logo yet. Like this is look at the rising sun, Florida Health.
Yes.
Messi, I can't see that rising sun there. Can you just scroll down? Above where it's at no, other way. There we go. Florida Health. You've got your sun worship.
Yep.
And look at Florida. It looks like a gun from here. That is so funny.
Yeah.
Now I can't see what that says around there. And I didn't have time to look up. I can see that, but I don't know what the other writing is around. But the main thing about this, guys, it doesn't matter what else is in this. You've got your sun worship right at the top, which they always do. But you've got your Baal worship. They are telling you this is Baal COVID 19. This is it.
That's right.
You keep going.
And they've got 19 written in red. And the O, the 0, with I think it might be from something from Lord of the Rings. I think Messi might know something about that. He said something about it this morning. Said it was something from Lord of the Rings.
He can jump in chat and tell us.
Yeah, that'd be great. So I thought I'd just pick that up anyway. I saw that this morning. It was over a week ago, but I'm off studying a lot of other things as well. But yeah, just bringing something like up, it just really, it just reaffirms it, kicks it into your face that, hey, look, here, we're showing you people, hey, we can wash our hands. So when we go up there and get judged, we can say, hey, we told them. Yep. But they were too, they were too busy and, worrying about themselves and not looking in the correct areas because they didn't ask. And we know as above, so below. It's either that. It's either below or up above. And,
why do you think that they keep the wages so low? They keep the wages so low so everybody's on the rat wheel and they are too tired and they come home from work, and if they've got somebody in their face going, I found out all this stuff, blah, 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 they're going, oh, even the ones that are being told don't want to know. and the ones that are just coming home, just too tired. Look, I know when I worked, I'd come home, basically eat tea, have a shower, and go to bed. You know, working 12-hour days, most people are. So this is why they do that, because then they don't have time. And then me and you, we were both struck down with certain things which the Father allowed us to be struck down with, so we could find out all this information.
That's right.
And that's how it happened for us. So yeah,
exactly it. Yeah.
All right, mate. Back to you.
All right.
Back to you.
Okay, so as I was saying about South Africa, you know, they seem to go unscathed, and most of them are third world countries anyway. Your Nigeria's, Uganda, you name it, it's all there. So what I thought, we know about the coming digital age, the fourth industrial revolution, the one world economy, and everything going digital. So basically, this is what I've come up with to go to the next system. This is through my studies only, in my opinion only. They're basically going to have to EMP the world, fry the old systems, and the new system will come in. So
disclaimer.
Yes,
disclaimer.
Yeah.
Disclaimer here. All opinions are yours and mine.
Yes, that's correct. Correct. I've already said that. So that's why I'm going to bring up the next one here. So if I bring up, it's a biometric website, very, very good. It tells you basically everything you need. I mean, I can spend 3 weeks on this, and just be wowed, basically, because we know about the military-industrial complex, and I know all the defence companies and everything associated with it. But these I didn't know anything about, nothing about at all. So, yeah. So if we can, let me think. If we can just US author discuss the central, so that's not what I want. So we'll just keep going down. Just keep going down slowly. Sorry about that, guys. So we'll stop there for a sec. So the thing I want to get over to you first is this website will be in the description box, and what they're doing is basically using South Africa as their proving and testing ground first, because they're all third world countries. So I thought over to your right, their message, it says Uganda to begin nationwide distribution of bio ID cards to citizens. So if we just quickly go on to this. Now, all biometrics, everything will be running the world. It's through AI, of course, as you can see. And so Uganda to begin nationwide distribution of biometric ID cards to citizens. So if we scroll down just a little bit there, Messi, that would be good. That's right. So it says here, the National Identification Registration Authority of Uganda, NIRA, says it will begin a nationwide process on 23rd of November, which was very recently, to distribute.
My birthday.
Yeah, and another famous 23. We all know what 23 is associated with, but that's for another stream. Yeah. I think we've covered that anyway. So distribute digital ID cards to some of its citizens who have successfully applied for the document and enrolled their biometrics, but are yet to pick them up after production. So every country will have a entity organisation like NIRA here, because you're going to have a national. The National Identification Registration Authority with your ID 2020. Now here, this here is fully linked to ID 20. You've gone to TED Talks. You've gone to, as we've covered strong seas, rah, rah, rah. So this was all commissioned by the UN as well. It's just unbelievable what they've got their tentacles in, because you've got 190 countries making up the UN, or 187. I'll have to look that back up. Numbers everywhere all the time, so that's why I get mixed up a little bit. Sorry, guys. So now I'm going over to the right here. I just want to read out a few things here, guys, so you can actually. We'll just stay here for a sec. So we've got Endemia to help war-torn Libya establish biometric digital ID system. Guinea's biometrics backed foundation identity pilot shows open source benefits. Good ID awards digital. Good ID, listen to that one. Good ID, which is like a social credit score system. Afterwards, digital identity efforts of Kenya, Lawyers Hub, Islam, and Haki Nashira, whoever they are. Sorry about that. I haven't gone into that one. But what you can see is where biometrics is leading to, the ID 2020. And with the VX, which has got nanoparticles and nanochips and everything, that's what's going to hook into your vaccine and your biometrics. So the nanochips within the VX, I think this is what I've come up with, will be hooked up to a full biometric system, hence why you don't have to do anything. You just have to walk into something already scanned, because you got the dot, you've got the vax, and then hooked up to the biometric system here. So it is really, really, really scary. So as you can see down here, UN, ECA, the UN education system as well. Expert highlights importance of digital ID for Africa's post-COVID-19 economy, which goes into the reset, which goes into everything. So everything's getting rolled into one: biometrics, nano, one digital currency. So all this is going to go through all your biometrics, all your information, everything will be held in your body. It's held in your body,
in your blood, basically, in your blood. Whatever they stick you with that needle, it's going to be in your
That's right. And the nanotech and the nanotech within the vax is, of course, we know is AI. So AI always blends into biometrics and blends into digital systems, and you can go on and on. And just down here it says digital identity for Nigerian internally displaced persons approved by government. So what they're doing is they're even claiming, and it's already started. It's already started in South Africa. They're chipping people and doing it all up to the biometric system. They've started with South Africa. So if you have a look at like I said, with all the so-called CV cases around the world, South Africa has basically been unscathed. So if we just scroll back up to the top there, Messi, I just want to highlight a few of these companies that are involved. So if we go right up the top there. Sorry there, brother. Biometric companies. So if we go on to that, so if we click into biometric companies, that's right. It's just unreal. So if we can, so all categories, we'll go to all. So I'm just going to go through a few of them for you. So if we can just keep scrolling down, just
secure planet. Secure planet.
If we stop there, so what I wanted to, all these companies are offshoots of intel agencies through private enterprises. So they're outsourcing all this stuff. So they're creating their own companies for monetary gain, of course, and then they all go back to the UN. So if we just keep
they're all the same. They're all the same.
For different countries. So if we can just keep scrolling down, if you can find the Iris ID, there's one there. I think it's, go down to the next one. Sorry about that, mate. There's another one. Have a look at the symbolism, all triangles. The Irisguard, that's the one. So now have a look at this, guys. We can just enlarge that. Can we enlarge that?
Wow,
sorry. So here we go. So you have a look at the
Vesica Pisces.
yeah, that's exactly right. And it says Irisguard's EyePay technology. So you can pay through your eyes. You can that's the vaccine going. That's the vaccine and nano going through the particles, because Irisguard, you can pay through the technology. What it says here, Irisguard's EyePay technology is an innovative, secure financial delivery platform utilizing end-to-end in its utilizing end-to-end iris recognition technology. So you can pay. I'm not sure how they're doing this, but I'm sure that they would probably have these sort of like stations set up, or it'd probably go through your smartphone. That's what I reckon, because everything can be done online. Then with the new digital system coming in, no one in the world can get away from it, because everything is tracked in real time, even down to if you buy 20 cents worth of chewing gum, all that is taken, is actually all in real time through biometrics and everything. So the process transaction of 15.7 million. So we'll have a look at this. Thanks very much, Missy. Appreciate that. Our technology finds one person in millions anywhere in the world with 100% certainty in less than 3 seconds. End-to-end iris recognition, verification, financial or authentication, and targeted cash transfer. So it won't be a cash transfer, it'll be a digital transfer, because it'll be probably called digital cash. It's called digital cash because it's a digital system, because they're trying to ban cash, and that's for another time. But platform removes the need for any form of ID on you, such as username, password, card or PIN. Our systems are manufactured and designed for easy integration into existing payment services and databases, delivering on the bold objective to provide financial and digital inclusion with unprecedented scalability and accuracy. So what it's saying is, well, I've spread it out. So your technology, well, it's with 100% certainty. You can find anyone in 3 seconds. So, it's all here. We'll just quickly read this. The beneficiary receives aid faster in privacy and with dignity. So you can't have privacy if you're hooked up digitally to the beast system. And then you've got the donors are assured complete accountability. So I'll say that again. The donors are assured complete accountability. So you are totally accountable, not them.
Yeah, that's what it says.
So that's right. So Irisguard targeted aid distribution platform eliminates fraud. So there you go. So that's what I'm saying. Everything's tracked in real time through biometrics, the nanochips in the vax, 5G and whatever else the military hasn't revealed to us yet. So it reduces bank fees because there will only be one bank, increases the efficiency and allows more beneficiaries to receive the aid they so desperately need, right basically at the touch of a hand, or just looking into your phone, because that's
Can I say something about this? 30 years ago, when I was first saved by my father, when he called me and I listened, I kept saying that when the Mark of the Beast comes out, that they would actually integrate it into society in a way that would be attractive. And that's exactly what this is doing. So this makes it, they're starting to make the, whatever it is they're going to do to you with the Irisguard, or, that's obviously a shooting a beam in your eye. But I said this 30 years ago, that they will bring it in a nice way, a sneaky way. Okay. So I don't know how they're going to go about the anti-VCers. I'm not sure what they're going to do with them, but do you know what I mean? Like, there you go.
Yeah.
I prophesied that 30 years ago. That I really did. Anyway, continue.
Okay, so just where Messi's highlighted, if we can just enlarge it a little bit, bro, if we could, that'd be great. Because I'm blind. Okay, so the world's leading supplier of end-to-end recognition financial delivery platform that since 2001 has been authenticating large-scale humanitarian deployments. So who's in charge of humanitarian deployment? UN. Military-wise, America is basically one of the biggest coordinators for humanitarian exercises and helping other countries, so they say. But it's just a massive training up for what we're facing today. So if we just go back up, if we just go up just there, thanks, mate. Just a bit more, not up, down. Sorry, just a bit more down. That's it. So I just want you to have a look at this. So what they're targeting now is humanitarian assistance, targeted financial aid delivery with full accountability, serving the unbanked, vulnerable population, delivering efficiency, eliminating fraud, theft, and ghosting. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to sell it as, oh, there won't be any more fraud, and it sounds great.
Sounds good to me.
And just serving the unbanked. So people that don't have a bank account, now you got the mark, you got one. So now we go into healthcare, correct identification to ensure patients safely while eliminating incorrect treatment and insurance fraud, because they say it's 100%, because it's 100% foolproof. So enabling billing and audit trail for medical treatments, controlled dispensing through high-risk medication, and clinical trial management. So it goes on to social welfare and fintech and blockchain companies. You really want to have a look at fintech and blockchain companies, because that actually ties in with the VAX really nicely. And then if you have a look at this, the mobile money. So it's they call it digital cash, but it's mobile money. It's just at the top. That's your social credit score system. All that will be hooked into all this as well. So I really I really implore you guys to have a look at all these things as well, just not what's happening on the news or anything like that. Find out what these companies are doing. So it's utterly scary. It really is, you know, and even I didn't know half or 3/4 of this stuff actually existed until a while ago. So these are the systems that will be in place or are in place. Like I said, through my studies, this is my opinion only. The only way to get rid of an old system is to crash it, and a great way to do it as well is to knock out everything with an EMP worldwide. Put this new system back in, ready to run straight away. You get the mark, and everything's up and running. So that's the sort of thing. I'm just give you a basic overall view of what they're doing in South Africa. That's why it's so quiet over there. There's not much news coming out of there. And when I had a look at the COVID cases, was hardly any. And I thought, okay, what are they doing there? And I knew they were third world countries, and we know that these third world countries are testing grounds and breeding grounds, you know, for Gates's VX and the rest in India as well. So I just wanted to bring that up, and guys, go through it all. It is just such an eye-opener. It really is. And all I can say is thank the Father that we're not going to be part of this system. So, and I just thought I'd just bring up one more thing as well. Now, the same thing is happening in New Zealand. Same things happening in Australia. Same things happening in Canada, because they're talking about new quarantine facilities. And I thought, yeah, okay, well, that sounds yeah, really Auschwitz style, really, you know. So I thought, okay, well, check into that. So I've got a video, and well, we all know what Justin Trudeau from Canada is doing, and he's built these camps. So
I didn't know. How do we all know?
Yeah.
I didn't know. I never heard of this until you told me. This is amazing.
Yes. So these will be everywhere, and these will be everywhere. So if we just press play, you can have a look. We'll play from 2:35 onwards, and you'll see the camps. I'm still trying to identify the flags there. If anyone can help me with that, that'd be good.
Yeah, jump in chat.
Also be sent to these camps according to the requirements of the authority.
Beck for Rebel News, standing in rural Manitoba, standing in a place at a location you
Yep,
probably
they're the
wouldn't
camps.
even notice if you weren't looking for it. This is a COVID camp, one of the ones that the CBC doesn't want you to believe exists. In fact, article after article coming out of the CBC and every other mainstream media site, but particularly the CBC, who is running damage control for Justin Trudeau, they say that no sites like this, no, they're not real, they don't exist. Justin Trudeau, of course, put out an RFI, a request for information, asking for industry to give them input, give the federal government input onto how they could best run camps just like these. And apparently they've set up a few already. Now, this camp in particular is run by the Manitoba Métis Federation, and it is currently standing empty, according to a conversation I had with two folks who are running maintenance here. Now, they weren't wearing any masks when I was talking to them, so I tend to believe them that there's no COVID cases in here right now. But I'm also curious as to what the purpose of these camps are, especially when it comes to Justin Trudeau's camps. The RFI states that it's for health purposes and for dealing with the coronavirus pandemic, but it also says that people can be added to the roster of these camps' clientele for any other requirement that the federal government has. What are those requirements, and why is the CBC so concerned with you knowing that camps like this already exist? Now, this camp in particular has raised some concerns with the local community. Portage, Manitoba, just a few kilometers north of here, well, their newspaper put out this article. They were concerned about the ominous barbed wire that is around this facility. It's pretty ominous. Now, Justin Trudeau is furious about articles like that and stories like you're listening to right now. He doesn't want you to know what's going on. He doesn't want you to think at all. Listen to what he said.
I was chatting with a group of students the other day, and a young woman asked me about COVID internment camps, and I had to explain that as we consume increasing amounts and various sources of information online and around us, we need to continue to be attentive to source, need to continue to be attentive to comparing various reports and looking for trusted sources.
Now, in the article, the spokesperson for this site says that people would be referred by the provincial government and then sent here. It doesn't say anything about volunteering. It just says that if the government refers them, they will accept them. Now, this could put them as a pretty prime location, a candidate for Justin Trudeau's planned quarantine sites. He wants to expand them. In fact, he wants them to exist for 2 years, up to 2 years. So right now, here, south of Portage La Prairie, at this isolated site, Justin Trudeau might send some federal agents to check it out soon. And maybe Justin Trudeau will end up adding this very camp to his roster of COVID camps where they send Canadians who meet certain government requirements, just like the RFI said. Now, if that's not ominous, I don't know what is. For Rebel News,
my question is to the Premier. In my supplemental
saying
question yesterday, I
nefarious.
asked this government if the people
G'day,
So-
Ken Rogers here from Down Under with the Blau.
Yeah. G'day, Ken. How are you, mate? So, yeah, it basically says it all. So, and having a look at those, it's sort of like if you have a look at it military wise, it's sort of like that might be the first might be the first stage, and then you might be going somewhere even more secret. So, but it might not be. We don't know, but it is out in the middle of nowhere. They're ready to go, as you can see. Everything's built, and going through what Beck says about the Minks and the new strain coming out, and people are infected. Having a look at what Jalinda and Belinda say when they, the two fallen angels, just look into each other's eyes and have a smile. Nice romantic.
When
moment.
they said that they won't, they didn't take notice of the first one, but they will with the second one. They were giving us
so
the
could it be the Minks?
Well,
That's right.
it started with the Minks. No, they've started. That was their let's call that D-Day. Remember D-Day in the last stream. But listen, guys,
right.
I have to wrap this up because I have
Yep.
to go for my massage in 15 minutes. So I have to
Poor
be
thing.
there. So,
Yeah.
yeah. No, but I would love to say thank you to all our moderators and our family. Thank you, Anne.
Yeah.
You are awesome. Zoe,
Yeah,
if you
thank you,
come in the
guys.
chat, we love you. All of you.
Yeah.
Shout out to channels. Okay, guys, if
Yeah,
you don't have these
that's right.
channels, pick them up. The Bubba News, Effed
Yep.
Up World,
Yep.
Atheism is Madness, Chuck Middleton, who are we missing? Enter the Stars, and Gene Kim. Who else are we missing? This is all off the top of my head.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
and if you guys have
Anyone
got some
else will be in the chat.
No, yeah, we'll drop it in the chat. Shaking My Head Productions. Guys, if you've got some good ones, can you please drop them in the chat while you're watching this lovely, lovely film clip that I've filmed in my own backyard that we're just about to play now. So we love
There
you
you go.
all. Thank you
Thank
very
you,
much
guys.
for being here, and we will see you in the chat. We'll see you in chat.
Okay, guys. Take care.
Much
Love you very
much
much.
love.
Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you guys soon.
We will. We love you. We're out.